and good day. Welcome to my review of the CVJ Stepless bullet style IEM. So this is the first time that CVJ, the audio company, has sent me an IEM for review. So thank you for that. So up first, for the packaging of the CVJ Stepless, so we can see here a small box with a waifu at the front. So it's not atypical nowadays for IEM companies to display a waifu illustration in their packaging, front packaging. So that's very much expected nowadays. So we also feature this in the image of the IEMs themselves up in here. So I got the silver variant of the Stepless instead of the black one. So there's no sound signature differences between the two versions. So if you're wondering if you should get the black or the silver ones for the sound, so they're only for aesthetic differences. So that's for the packaging. So for in the inclusions, we got an ear tips, some ear tips, and a small pouch to carry your IEMs around. So up next for the build quality of the CVJ Stepless. So it's definitely an excellent build for its price. So this the CVJ Stepless retails around like $3 to $4 or 300 to 400 Philippine pesos. So it's definitely a no-brainer if you should consider it for the build quality. So if you're expecting for a nice build quality for this one, so I should say it's an excellent one because the IEMs themselves, as you can see here, I think it's for both the black versions and the silver one. So they're both made with the marketing material said there are an aircraft grade aluminum metal that was used in the construction of the item. So that's great too. So it's also want to note that this is not a detachable cable situation. So almost all of the bullet style IEMs that I have encountered does not feature a detachable cable. So there's that, and there's also a mic volume rocker / mic attachment over at the cable, and it terminates at a 3.5 millimeter unbalanced situation. So it works for those most smartphones that are with an aux jack. So for the sound signature, so the inherent sound signature that the Stepless provided to me was a shock to me on how good of a balanced presentation it had. I honestly was expecting more along the lines of the KB Ear Little Q and the Dumpling. So they have huge fat bass monsters. So audio-wise, they're huge fat bass monsters with fun in mind. Don't get me wrong, the Stepless still offers fun in its sound, but it has this additional level of nuance and thickness to the sound that suits the ear of more balance-oriented audiophiles. The CVJ Stepless sounds like a good pillow, warm, restful, and pleasant to the ear with even in longer amounts of time. Although its treble presentation and technical abilities can leave more to be desired, the level of refinement and true neutrality is both a great way for newer audiophiles to be interested in this kind of sound signature, while being a reminder to its ultra-budget peers that not all in this price bracket should be targeted towards a common, consumer-friendly V-shaped sound. So for the bass is part one out of the two things that CVJ has done right in this IEM. It feels adequate yet fun. This is a good example of how to do bass in ultra-budget IEMs such as this one. So it does not sacrifice other frequencies for the sake of a good bass experience. The bass hit attacks and decays on an average level, which ensures that each of them lasts for one to feel it while not overstaying its welcome. The one thing that I can criticize about its bass performance is its tendency for poofiness, a sound that can be described as a weird lack of some frequencies in the sub-bass area, resulting in some bass drops that sound deficient and unmeaty. This could have been done better through some tuning tweaks here and there, but I would complain so much because of the absurdly low price it has. So for the mid-range, it's what truly shocked me for the CVJ release. It nails that needed lusciousness and thickness that I have been finding in recent IEM releases. Never would I thought that I'll find it in a $4 IEM. Of course, it does not trump IEM such as the BQ EYZ Topaz in terms of innate mid-range performance. It does not have the same level of meticulous layering and impact that the Topaz has in its mid-range. But this is a step into the right path for CVJ and the ultra budget IEM market so far. So it is a bold yet welcome move into a sound signature trend that I would very much like to happen. Vocals and instruments sound very natural and very full in the CVJ Stepless, which can really shine in more analog recordings or genres, such as jazz passages and orchestral injections to the songs that I listen to. Yes, it does not render them as clearly and as fully as its higher priced counterparts, but it's a sound that I'm more than happy to report and review. The treble is where the Stepless kind of flops a bit in terms of its performance. It's very delicate and balanced to follow the general auditory theme of this IEM, but it has some non-natural and rough picks here and there that show up in most of the songs I throw at it. I think CVJ was trying to make up for the fullness of the mid-range while maintaining a clear sound output by putting some inflections in the treble. In the end, it left some undesirable moments in the treble presentation. There were definitely some instances of sibilance and sharpness that plagued the total experience when listening to it, which I admit put a frown on my face when I come to realize how this IM could have been without them. Could have done a bit more extension in the upper treble frequency to balance out the thicker mid-range presentation it has. Despite my nitpicking and criticism of the treble presentation, I believe that was not a total deal breaker for this one. In its flaws, the Stepless innate treble performance is still very relaxed and pleasant to hear. That is something to look forward to amidst my aversion to some of its parts. For the soundstage and imaging, following the tradition of how bullet style IEM sound, the soundstage on the Stepless is very small and very intimate. This is due in part with how deep these IEMs go inside your ear, resulting in its sound outputting itself closer to your eardrums, bypassing the pinna of your ear. If you ever buy an IEM of this style, like Etymotics, Final Audios, etc., one should expect a narrower soundstage than your conventional IEM form factor. Despite its cozy soundstage, imaging is above average. Although resolution of each instrument can be subpar, it still has the capability to separate them into distinguishable parts that is very respectable for the price it comes at. So that's my full review of the CVJ Stepless. So it's overall a great IM recommendation for those who are in an ultra budget price range. So this comes at measly $3 to $4, so depending on on where do you live, so you do the conversion. So but that's a very cheap IM for how this one really how great this one sounds. So I would recommend this on one of the top IEMs in the $10 range, because I believe this has truly a unique and balanced sound for its price. That's my review of the CVJ Stepless. I hope you enjoyed it. So I hope you can like and subscribe to this page. And Goji here, and I'm out.